and welcome to the CPL Poker Podcast, Poker Hand of the Week. This is episode 129. I am Mark Cardenas. I'm here with Mark Wittig, and special thank you and welcome to everyone watching on YouTube. The Poker Hand of the Week. You can check out the full episode of the CPL Poker Podcast on our website at cplpokerpodcast.com. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
How you doing?
It's Mark and Mark.
It's the Mark and Mark
Watch out,
episode.
Mike
And Mark's filling in for Phil this week as Phil's in Vegas playing, hopefully, in the WSOP. We'll see how it goes. So this week in the Poker Hand of the Week, we've got a no-limit hold'em, going back to regular no-limit hold'em. This one is early in the tournament. The blinds are only 10-20. It's a 9-player max table. I think this is from Poker Stars. And the chip stacks range from $1,760 up to $4,000. So we do have a range of chip stacks, even though it's early in the tournament. Now, the hero or Rock Lobster is in the cutoff in seat 8 with pocket jacks, jack of spades, jack of hearts. So we've got a lot of different players to go through. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
And I promise no big words.
Okay, you bet. All right, so let's take a look at the action and see what happens. The blinds are at 10 and 20, so we'll go through those. And then we've got Under the Gun is the next act. And they calls the 20. And moving on to seat 4, who also calls. And on to seat 5, who folds. And seat 6 folds. And on to seat 7, who folds. All right, so here we are to the to Rock Lobster in the cutoff with pocket jacks. We've got 2 limpers in front of you and the blinds. What do you think about this?
We have to raise. Just have to raise.
Have to raise on this one.
Have to raise.
Okay, so where do you want to go?
Let's see. I think we got the 2, unknown hands. The 2 guys just kind of limped in. So it's one of those kind of early, just chip collecting hands, in my opinion. So I think if you can go to about 60 to 80, just kind of popper. Maybe if you're, just playing, on the button and you can even just hit 100. Just try to take it all down here. Just collect a few little chips. Move on to the next hand.
Okay. So our chip stack is at 3980. So we are one of the chip leaders at the table right now. And so you want to go somewhere around the 80 to 100 range. Okay. All right. Let's see what Rock Lobster does. Pre-flop action. And he raises to 100. So right along the same lines.
I didn't play this hand, did I?
As you. I don't know. You very well may have.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. On Poker Stars? I don't think you were on Poker Stars lately.
No. Any home game? Oh, no. That's different. Okay.
So let's go to the button who's next to act and see what they do with our $100 bet from Rock Lobster. The button folds. So now we have position on the table. Moving on to the small blind, who folds. And on to the big blind, who also folds. So we've gotten rid of the blinds.
Yep.
And now we're moving on to the 2 limpers that are left in the hand.
So my hope would be one more of them will fold.
Okay.
Or all of them. But I'm sure if this is hand of the week, they're not all going to fold.
I don't think they're all going to go away.
So I'm hoping at least one more
bet.
folds and have position on the one remaining stack.
All right. And let's see what the under the gun limper does. He calls the 100 bet, and moving on to under the gun +1 in seat 4 also calls. So we've got 3 players, and we've got a pot of 330 going into the flop. How do you feel at this point? You're up against 2 players.
Yeah, I'd be.
You got position.
I get position. But like I said, the goal was to get out. All out. Maybe one would stay. So
Right.
two. So early guess is somebody else has a pocket pair and somebody else has two big suited cards.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens on the flop with the pot of 330. So the flop brings 3 of diamonds, 6 of spades, 9 of hearts. And our jacks are jack of hearts, jack of spades. So there you go.
Looking okay.
Feeling okay with that?
Feeling okay, yep.
Okay. All right, well, let's see what the action is before you. Here with the under the gun in seat 3. Bets 120 into the pot of 330. Now we go to seat 4. Who calls that 120 bet? And now the action's on Rock Lobster. So now the pot's at 570. And we've got both players still firing.
Still firing. Early, we have lots of chips. I think I'm going to raise.
Okay.
See where I'm at. After that, then maybe kind of shut her down a little bit.
Okay.
But I think I'll raise, let's see, the min raise is 240, so maybe we'll raise to 300. Just kind of say, do you guys have bigger pocket pair than me?
Okay. So 300.
Yeah, 300 or so would be, I think would be good enough.
300, somewhere in that 300
Yeah.
range? Okay. All right, let's see what Rock Lobster does here with a bet and a call in front of them and a pot of 570. Rock Lobster raises to 644.
Now the 644 might be there because it's online. He wants to have a really, really tall stack.
Maybe.
I do the 99 trick a lot. That makes a really tall stack. Looks like you have a lot of chips. But gonna get the same thing happen, I think.
Yeah, it's so 644. That's a bit more than you expected.
Yeah, I'd double what I expected.
So he may be looking to really end it right here, saying, "Look, you're either going to."
Yeah, I think he wants to end it. I was just there to see where I was at.
Okay, so he's looking to end this hand right here. Are you? I'm not worried about anything right now. Are you?
No, and that's kind of why I said I think if you could have done the same thing to find out where you're at with this, smaller amount.
Okay, all right. Let's see what the seat 3 does to the 644 bet by Rock Lobster. Calls.
All right.
And so now we're to seat 4. Who folds? So we got rid of 1, and we are now heads up with the under the gun. So I guess at least that part of it got the right result.
Yep.
But I think I agree with you that it's probably too much to risk in a. I mean, the pot was only what? It was only 600, 570, and so you went up more than the pot. Like 110%, 110% of the pot on that bet, and I think that's just too much to risk.
Yeah, I'd say so. I
for
thought
that
300, 350, you probably could have got the same results.
Agreed.
Less.
Agreed. All right, so now the pot is 1738, and we go to the turn, and the turn brings a 7 of clubs. 7 of clubs. And so still...
Complete rainbow.
Yeah.
Really weird straight for a raise.
Right.
Not worried about that.
Right. I mean, you'd be looking at, like, what, a 5-8?
Yeah.
5-8 to get there?
No.
With all the pre-flop action. And so let's see what the what we've got with seat 3. Bet's 120.
Same bet.
So we're back to the 120 bet into the 1700 pot. Now, what do you want to do?
Monsters under the bed. Can I use that line?
You can.
Okay.
You definitely can. Especially since you're taking over for Phil this week. He'd definitely be thinking he's got monsters under the bed in this one.
I think after that and that being kind of small, I'm gonna pop him again.
Okay.
Just get more in the pot, and if he flopped a set, good for him. If he happened to get a little bit, I think if he had a little bigger pair, maybe at this moment, that he might have bet either more at this time or he might have not have limped.
Okay.
So like I said, I think let's pop them again. I'm gonna go back to, let's see, now because the pot's a little inflated, maybe you go to 400 or so.
Okay.
Right around there, and then we'll just see what happens.
All right. Well, let's see if Rock Lobster agrees or whether he continues his aggressive ways and goes to, like, shoves or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else he's going to do here. There's a 1858 in the pot. Let's take a look at what Rock Lobster does. Raises to 1188. Wow.
That's a lot. Almost double the last bet.
Yes. And so really putting it to the under the gun at this point.
I think, kind of watching him, I think he's trying to represent the aces.
Yeah.
Or the kings, or even the aces.
Okay.
I mean, decent sized bet first time, really big raise. The next
Right.
one, another big raise over the top.
But what do you think is going to happen in on the turn that didn't happen on the flop with this mentality?
Yeah, and again,
that's where I'm.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
And if I am, was it the seat 3,
right?
and I just go whatever 120, and then he pops it so high the first hand, well, I'll give him the chance to pop it again if I got a good hand.
Right.
Knowing that he's going to do it again. So that's what I get. I think both raises were too high.
Right. Just walking into it.
Yeah.
Feels like we're just walking into it.
Like a Helmuth trap.
Yeah.
Like he just loves it. I mean, I think
let them, just end up bet themselves out of existence.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
And then he just stands up and shoves all his chips in. When he, on the final hand. The same thing will happen. He'll call, and you get the 120, and he'll shove, and he'll flip his hand over.
Right.
All in one motion.
Well, the 1188 bet only leaves like another 1800 back for Rock Lobster. And would only leave 800 back for the villain. So,
awful big bet for early.
It is, really aggressive for this blind level and this scenario. Okay, and all right, sure, you've got Jack. All right, but is Rock married to his Jacks here at this point? Is he too far? He's been aggressive. He's been very aggressive.
And I don't like Jacks anymore after the last tournament I played in. So.
He's too far. And so the 7, okay, now we've got, a 10-8? A 10-8's got you crushed. Pocket 3s, 6s, 9s, 7s.
Yep. Yeah, nines are a perfect hand for him to probably have. Just limping in and calling a decent raise. So.
Right.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see if Rock Lobster's married to his Jacks here, or whether he gets the the under the gun off of his hand. Let's take a look. And the under the gun goes all in for a total of $2106, which will only be about $900 more to Rock Lobster. Pot is now at $5,032. What do you think?
Punt.
Do you let it go at this point for 900, or you put your 900 in and just?
No, like I said, the original raise was see where we're at. He just called, so you didn't learn anything.
Right.
This raise, again, I think a lot too much to see where we're at. Then he shoves, 3-bet shoves.
Right.
So
I'm not sure we left him any chance.
No,
any choice.
Yeah, he had no chips.
You're either gonna shove or fold.
Yeah, he's gonna shove or listen, the goofy call and try to So obviously I think he hit something. Otherwise he would have just folded.
Okay.
So I probably now fold.
You fold at this point?
I'd fold at this point.
Yeah.
Monsters under the bed.
Monsters under the bed, and you let it go.
Let it go.
All right.
I think he hit the set. I think set of 9s.
I think at this point, if I have gone this far, okay, let's put aside the fact that we wouldn't have been in this situation, but if we were and we had all of a sudden woken up from our insanity as to what we've done, I still think I'm putting in the 900 just because the pot's just so big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 5-1. 5-1 on your money, so, and you still got another card.
Yep.
You could spike your Jack on the card, and even if you do have monsters under the bed here, you still come out on top. You still have outs.
Yep.
Right? So, but I can understand you've destroyed yourself so far. Do you let it go? I can go with that. I can go with with either
so
one.
I'm gonna predict he doesn't let it go.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna go in and and hope the other guy had 10s, or something like that.
Right.
Just because of how he played it, I think he's thought his jacks were good from the get-go.
Right.
So I guarantee he calls.
Okay.
But like I said, I think he could have got the same result for less.
Yes.
And now,
exactly.
of course, if he ends up, luck boxing and wins, but results not orientated type of a deal.
Right. Okay. So but you would let it go right here.
I'd let it
You're
go.
done.
Yeah.
You're
Yep,
done.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. What does Rock Lobster do with the all-in shove from under the gun? He calls the 918 as you predicted.
Yep.
And we're going to go to the river, and the river brings a 9 of spades. And so now we've paired the board with 9s.
Changes really nothing.
And let's see what we got. Let's go to the showdown.
Here we go.
Under the gun, so we got our jack. We got 2 pair jacks and 9s.
Yep.
Right? For $5,950 in the pot. What does the under the gun show? 5 of hearts, 9 of diamonds.
That's not fair.
Oh,
That's worse than the suckouts from the big 1-1 drop deal last night.
What is that? Okay. Wow. So you
sure this wasn't bar poker?
Rock Lobster. So Rock Lobster ends up losing this hand, which you thought he would.
Yes, but not that way. Not that way.
Not on the river.
Not on the river.
After a shove.
Yeah, not on the river after the shove.
And so with in this you would have turned the cards over, saw the 5-9, realized that your jacks were good.
Jump for joy.
Grab
the pot.
And then blah, 9 spikes the 9.
And this being online, I'd probably throw my mouse.
I probably would have as well. It probably would have happened so fast I wouldn't have had time to scream.
Yes.
All of a sudden all my chips are gone and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, we got a little left. But we gotta go find a new mouse.
Yep, exactly. And so Rock Lobster licking his wounds after this one, down from 4,000 in chips down to 1130, and the under the gun playing like a crazy person with top pair.
I don't know how he thinks.
That's it. All the way through. I don't know how you call that turn bet.
The only thing he thinks he got top pair where he's good, and the other guy had ace king, and he's just gonna try to push. That's my only guess.
Or he's just a freak.
Yeah.
He's just a freak. He has no idea what he's doing.
Exactly.
I think he doesn't have any idea what he's doing.
Me neither. And again, for Rock Lobster, I think he probably could have got out of this hand 2,000 chips less.
Yeah.
Same deals.
He could have definitely gotten the same result, got the same information, been in the same position, and had probably 2,000 more chips at this point.
Yep. Played it properly.
If he would have just been a little less crazy in his betting. All right. So the under the gun ended up winning the pot, and that's it for this week's Poker Hand of the Week. Thanks,
Good night,
Mark.
sweetheart.
Appreciate you being here sitting in for Phil. And want to thank everyone watching on YouTube. Please check us out on our website at cplpokerpodcast.com.